Hello guys. Thank you for tuning in today's video. Today's episode is how I transformed my body in 3 months. I wanted to tell you my story, my best tips, advice, and just discuss everything, give you the secret. My name is Ksenia. I am a mom of 2. I am a wife and I am a content creator of 5 years now. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. So this whole time I'm still a part-time stay-at-home mom. I love my title. After having my kids back to back, I was really struggling with the image of my body, and not only just the stretch marks and all of that stuff, but I think at some point I looked at myself and I realized that, I am so much like bigger, and there was no angle for me anymore as a content creator that I could kind of film myself and there would be like no fat or like double chin, or like I wouldn't be just so massive. I just think that was very like big for me, because as a content creator you just always see yourself from a camera perspective, and one day you're just like, whoa, I look completely different. And of course, as you give birth and as you mature as a woman, your body changes, and that's like completely normal. And I'm not saying that I wanted to look like my old self before kids. Like, I understand that that's not realistic. I know that I'm a new woman. I'm a mature grown woman with curves, with my body that I love. I really appreciate and love my body for what it did already. But I think that I knew the potential that my body has, and I knew that my fat percentage of the body was getting so out of control that I started to just see it. And I think what really made me this transformation was just being tired of myself and kind of not having the confidence that I've had before, and not feeling good and healthy anymore. I just, at all times, I felt so tired, so heavy. I look at myself and like this huge pouch, that my belly is just my least favorite part of my body that I've been struggling with the most. And I was just tired of that. I wanted to have more energy. I wanted to have a healthier lifestyle. I wanted to look healthier, and feel more confident in my body, because I've always been a confident person, but I think that confidence kind of took me to this place where I was like, oh my, I this is not me. Like, I don't want to be this. I want to be better. The first time when I kind of decided to do this, I, of course, coincidentally ran into this TikTok account of this lady, and she was talking about nutrition, right? So the first part of this episode is nutrition. Let's talk about it. I always thought that the volume of my food and the amounts of my food that I eat doesn't matter. As long as it's healthy, I'm good. And I realized that was a very wrong belief, because it does matter how much food you eat. And that was my first kind of realization, like, wow, from being at home with the kids for so long now, I just have an uncontrollable amount of food, snacks, anything that I want. And that's self-love and confidence. I was like, why can't I? I'm a mom. I'm stressed enough. Let me eat at least, right? And that wasn't wrong. Like, don't think that it was wrong at that time when I was going through births and raising 2 under 2 and just, just becoming a mother. That was a like very big transition in my life that kind of put me in a position where food was like my comfort, right? And I would just like wake up and, having the stress of the kids and food was one of my outlets that I would just like enjoy. I would just like sit down, eat this huge plate of breakfast, whatever it was, and just enjoy my moment, my minute before I had to get back to the kids. So, yeah, so then I kind of listened to that nutrition lady, and I realized, wow, why don't I start decreasing the amounts of food that I eat? Because at that point I was already doing Pilates for like 8 months. Not that many times a week. I was doing it like 1 time, sometimes 3 times, sometimes 2 times a week. And I still wasn't seeing as much results. I felt my muscles, right, being a little stronger. But the thing is, the fat tissue was so much thicker on top of my muscles that you couldn't see them. So the first step I did is I was like, I want to feel that feeling of hunger where I'm like really hungry, because I realized that I haven't had that feeling in such a long time, because throughout my pregnancy I had low iron, I was scared of fainting, so I was eating, and then like it kind of transitioned into postpartum, and I was like just like constantly eating, constantly snacking, and I was like, wow, I really want to feel hunger. Let me just try to take as much time between my meals as possible. So for example, if I have breakfast at 10 o'clock in the morning, I would try to go like 4 or 5 hours without eating, and really like detox my body almost from this uncontrollable amounts of food. So once I started doing that, I implemented a lot of water into my diet, right? I was always drinking. Also catching myself on like random things like, okay, when my kids have snacks, I don't have to also have a snack, because, or if my friend moms at the park are having snacks when we're hanging out there, I don't need to also snack. But it's just such a habit of like just putting anything in your mouth, like you don't even notice it. So I would like grab something and then kind of like stop myself and be like, okay, Ksenia, like you are not even hungry, you're just doing it as a habit and you really don't want this snack. So I would just like drink my water, and yeah, it changed a lot. I think the first 2 weeks of my transformation were the hardest, but the most essential ones, where I realized that nutrition is a big part of this journey. And if I want to achieve my dream body, my fitness goals, I need to be smart with my eating. I need to think about what I'm going to eat, what snacks, if I get really hungry and my meal is like I still don't have a meal, so that I don't start eating chips randomly or like something that is just not healthy. We got the nutrition together. Oh, also one of the biggest part is the amount of food that I already mentioned, but I gradually decreased it. So for example, if I eat breakfast and I eat 2 toasts with like egg, shrimp, avocado, I would be like, why not just removing the bread from one sandwich, right? So I would just like take out 1 bread and be like, okay, let me eat this and see if I'm like still hungry. And gradually I was like removing stuff from my plate until I was like, okay, this is an optimal amount of food that I can take that will fill me, that will feed my muscles, and at the same time it will last me, right? Because I don't want to feel like I'm starving, I'm about to faint, but I do want to feel full and a little bit like light. I don't want to be like super heavy, like sometimes you eat and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is so much food. So I didn't want that feeling, right? We want to eat, but not as so much that you are so heavy you can't like walk. Actually, that's what I did, and realizing that proteins are really important. Implementing some protein shakes in your life, getting protein, getting L-carnitine and creatine is really good for your muscles. That was something that I also did for the nutrition part of my body transformation. I will tell you the secret that will change your body. My formula is that it is a complex of things that you do together to achieve your dream body. It is not just one thing. It's not just diet or just working out. It's 3 things that I combine, and I think that that's the formula to achieve your fitness goals. Basically, it is nutrition, working out, and rest. I think those 3 things are the most essential, and if you remove one of those things, it's not going to work. Basically, if you feel sore, right, your muscles are really tired, and you get only 3 hours of sleep at night, 3-4 hours of sleep, that's not going to give your body enough time to restore the muscles to rest. So, or if you like eat uncontrollable amounts of food, but you work out, right, and you sleep, that's also going to not work, because it's a part of that formula that is like off. Or if you, for example, are dieting, right, but you have this idea of like a fit body with a healthy muscle fat ratio, then it's not going to work, because in order to have muscles, you have to work out. So the secret is really to take a combination of things and consistently do them over time. Why I say consistently? Because there is nothing more in life that will bring you results but consistency. In anything you do, like think about business, think about, I don't know, sports, think about anything that you do, consistency is the key. And it does take time to build a habit, to implement working out in your life as a part of your life, as a part of your routine, because I think that it is a decision in your mind where you're like, okay, this from today, I am going to start my body transformation. So I have to do this. I have to do those things together. And working out became a very big part of my life. So this is the next thing I want to talk about, is my working out routine, Pilates, gym, weightlifting, how I started weightlifting. Basically, prior to my body transformation, I was already doing Pilates, like I told you, and I really loved it. And at some point, I just realized that I don't see the results that I want to see, so I want to challenge myself more. And I started searching on YouTube body transformation journey, or like how I transformed my body. And I found this amazing girl. Her name is Gains by Brains. Shout out to you. She's actually launched her fitness app, which is amazing. I also use it. And I watched her video and I was like, wow. So basically she was saying, you know, she works out 6 days a week, and her body is like my dream body was at the moment and is now. Like, I still look up to her. And I thought, wow, so 2 times a week Pilates is not enough to achieve the body goals that I have in my mind. So I decided to go to the good old gym and start weightlifting. And you know, the last time I was going to the gym was before my kids, and it's not like I've never been to the gym. I just never had it as a part of my life. I've always had these like 1 month I'm in, 1 month or 5-6 month I'm out. It was just so inconsistent, all over the place. I didn't really know how to work out at the gym. So by looking at her Gains by Brains, I was able to analyze her gym routine, watch her vlogs, see what she does, and implement that into my gym routine. Now, when I just started to come at the gym, thank God it's at my house, because I was so anxious and embarrassed. It's not like you look at me and you may think, oh, she will never feel like embarrassed or anxious. I feel that all of the time, especially in the gym, especially when you're new at something. You're afraid of failure. You're afraid to be like, I'm afraid of people judging me and people laughing and be like, oh, this girl doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't even know how to do this. But from her, I learned a lot of exercises like Romanian deadlift, like split squat, like glute bridge. Like those are all the exercises that I didn't know existed before. And now I can't imagine my gym routine without them. And yeah, it's basically trial and error. You just try and see like how it feels. Some other exercises I don't really like. Those are my top exercises that I like, and I just kind of trim the routine for myself. Also, the weights were so confusing to me. I was like, how do I figure out which weight to use? Especially when you start, you're like, oh my goodness, this is so scary. Like, how do I figure out if I need to have a 35-pound weight, 50-pound, or 10-pound? Like, I have no idea. So again, I was just trying to see as many girls who are into fitness that are already successful and just learn from them, honestly. That's the only way. And then when you do it for 2 weeks, you already kind of get a hold of it, and you're like, okay, now I know, like, my weight is like 40 pounds for my bottoms, 10-15 pounds for my arms. Like, you already kind of realize that, okay, this is how it works. So the next part of this episode, I really want to just talk about hard days and motivation, because we all struggle with it sometimes. Don't think that just because I am consistent on, social media and I post my success, that I don't have hard days, that I don't doubt myself, especially in the beginning of the journey. I mean, it's so hard to just have that belief to be like, yeah, I think I'm going to succeed. You have no idea what you're doing. You don't see results. First month, I was looking at my belly and I was like, this is not going anywhere. This fat is not moving. It's not going away. And it felt like I wanted to give up, but I just knew that I shouldn't give up because I have a bigger vision. I have a bigger goal of achieving my dream body. So I just kind of pushed myself, and some days it felt so hard. Like, I would just wake up and I would be like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, the kids are here. Oh, I have this to do, this to do, this to do. I'm not even talking about people who have actual 9-to-5 jobs. Like, that's a lot. But you just schedule things and you think things through, and when you really want something, you'll find a way. So even when the day is hard and I just feel super unmotivated, I would drag myself to the gym and slowly walk on the treadmill, and I would be like, okay, today I'm going to do lower weights. And slowly, step by step, mid-workout, you're like, okay, I'm getting a little bit better. I think a big part of, the motivation is to keep proper hydration, nutrition. I love coffee. Coffee really gives me that hit of like, okay, let's go, let's do it. What else? L-carnitine and creatine together. I take them before my workouts. They just kind of boost your muscles and help you to just burn fat. It's amazing. Also, I think following the people that already are successful in what you want to achieve is a big part of it. And now with social media, we have so much access to like Instagram, YouTube, whatever, and you can just see like the daily routines of people who are already in the position that you want to be in. And so I think I found a bunch of like girls that I really loved their bodies and the way they work out. And I would just like watch videos, vlogs, and just, when you can relate to someone, to their struggles, it really kind of makes you realize that, okay, I'm not the only one who's questioning myself. I'm not the only one who feels like I'm stuck. Like, a lot of people feel the same. But I knew that I just have to keep pushing and keep going in order to be at the place where I want to be. Because, I always say on my Instagram stories, even to anything that you do in life, like small steps, you have to take one small step a day. Like, what is it today that I can do? Can I walk on the treadmill for 15 minutes? Can I go run outside? Can I just lift some weights? You can even find workouts on YouTube that take 15 to 30 minutes a day. But the thing is, you do 15 minutes today, you do 15 minutes tomorrow. It's 30 minutes combined. But when you skip it and you're like, oh no, I'm not going to do it. It's not going to do anything. What is 15 minutes, right? That is not the right mindset. You have to just take the tiniest step. They will bring you a long way. Trust me. So on the days that I feel very low motivation, I do very small things that will still feel productive, make me feel productive, because in the end of the day, once I'm done with my workout, even if it's a 15-minute workout, it will still feel good to my body and to my mind. Now I want to get in the Q&A part where I asked you guys to ask me some questions on Instagram, and we have a few questions to answer. So the most common questions I get is, how long did it take to see the results? And guys, this mindset already I don't like, but I will answer your question. So it took me, I think, 3 months to really see the results. 3 months of consistent working out every single day besides Sunday. Working out, nutrition, and rest. 3 months I saw the results. But please shift your mindset from seeing results super fast to, how do I want to live my life? Do I want to have a fit body? Then I have to have a routine of a person who has a fit body, right? So the results will come. You have to be patient and you have to give yourself some time, because if you don't have an athletic past, if you don't have muscles that you've been building or muscle memory, then it will take longer for you to build muscles, to lose fat tissue, to see the results. I want to remind you about that because it's really important to not get discouraged when you don't see results right away. I tell this to all of my friends who don't see their results. I say, just keep going. One of my followers said, I just come to say how proud I am of you. You reclaimed yourself in motherhood. Thank you, Reina. How many days a week do you work out and for how long? So like I said, I work out 6 days a week, 5 days of Pilates, weightlifting, cardio, and then Saturday is only cardio. I don't do weightlifting on Saturday, and Sunday is a rest day when I just enjoy time with my family, my kids. Do you follow an app, and how long did it take for you to have your current results? I already answered that. I follow an app which is Gains by Brains, but not like super religiously. I just kind of see what's on the app. I love that app, by the way. If you are new in weightlifting and your fitness journey, highly recommend. Her name is Sophie. I want to say Sophie. So Sophie is the girl who created this app. It's so easy and she shows every single exercise. So if you are new at the gym, this is your guide for beginner. Like, I love it. Every single day you can choose your program, whether it's transformation or whatever. And then it's like every single day that you want to work out, you say how many days a week you want to work out. And yeah, it's just super simple and easy. So I highly recommend. Let me show you how it looks. It looks like this is like this turquoise color, and it's called Gains by Brains. That sums up my video about how I transformed my body in 3 months. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. I highly recommend you to start today if you really want to transform your body. And follow me on Instagram. Let's chat. Comment below if you have any suggestions, any question. On Instagram, I always respond to my DMs. I love to chat with you. Thank you guys for being a part of my community. Follow me at Ksenia Crockett on Instagram. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.